What's up everyone, and welcome back to Cat's Coils. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys my 8-month DIY Microlocs update. So if you guys are watching this video on June 1st, then today is my lock-iversary. So I cannot believe that it has already been 8 months. Time is flying by. Last month, I did not do a detailed update because I hadn't seen many changes in my hair. And this month, I do have a lot of changes that I would like to share with you guys. There are a few changes in my routine, and there are also a few changes in the appearance of my locks. Before I get started with this video, I want to just say thank you for all of those who have been supporting my journey, all of you guys who have been so encouraging and just giving me so many compliments on my hair. And I just want to say, if you are just starting your journey, I am just so excited for you. You are going to have so much freedom. You're going to get your time back. If you are finding that you're just getting started with your journey and you're finding that it's a little challenging, just stick with it, stay patient, and make sure that you are sticking with people who are giving you detailed information on their locks journey. Our micro locks and our locks in general are like our fingerprint. Nobody's hair is exactly like ours. With that being said, if you have not subscribed to this channel and you are enjoying this content, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you're updated every time I post a new video. All right, enough rambling, and let's go ahead and get started on this update. The first thing I want to share with you guys is that I'm starting to notice lint. I am definitely starting to notice that I have lint in my hair, and I am gonna also say I had lost my bonnet for a while, so I was using a silk scarf and I was just taking my hair up and putting it into a pineapple. And a lot of times I sleep wild, so when I wake up in the morning, a lot of times my scarf is on the pillow. So I think that attributes a little bit to why I'm noticing a little bit of lint. But I also purchased some of the silk pillowcases, and I don't use them often, but I have purchased them, so I do plan on using them a little more often. So let me find one and then I'll come right back. Okay, so it took me a long time, but I found one with some lint in it, and I'm gonna zoom in as close as I can. But right here at this point here, there's lint. I don't know if you can see the change in color, but right there. And I spent about 10 minutes trying to get it out, and it would not come out. And here is another lock I found with lint in it. As you can see right there. It might not be really clear for you to see because it's not like zooming in appropriately, but that little gray piece right there, that is definitely lint. So I might be doing an apple cider vinegar rinse just to try to get those little pieces of lint out of my hair so that it doesn't start to further lock into the hair. So the second thing that I've noticed that has changed this month is my locks are starting to swell, and my hair is just sticking out much more than it used to, and the density, like the fullness of my hair is definitely increasing. And I welcome all of that. I love the fact that my hair is getting fuller. That was one of the questions that I had in the beginning, was my hair gonna start to swell up? And it definitely is starting to swell up now. A lot of people have been asking me, do I braid and band my hair when I wash my hair? And the answer to that question is most of the time I braid, some of the times I don't. And I think I am noticing that some of my twists are unraveling because of those few times that I hadn't been braiding my hair. So I am going to start braiding my hair again for my wash days. Not even just rinsing it out first before I braid. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and section my hair off and braid it up before any water touches it. And then I am going to adopt the technique where I take the shampoo in a spray bottle, mix it up with water, and then spray it on my roots, and then just do it that way, because I think I have been oversaturating my hair with products, and it's just causing a lot of slippage, unfortunately. I don't have a washing schedule like once a week or once every 2 weeks. I literally wash my hair when I feel like it needs to be washed. So sometimes that's once every 2 weeks. Sometimes it might be 1 week and then I wash it the next week, depending on like what I'm doing. If I am doing a lot of outdoor activities, I notice my hair just starts to smell a little funny, then I go ahead and I wash my hair. So I just wash it on a need basis. And so because I hadn't been braiding my hair often when washing, this leads me to my next change, and that is a lot of my locks have started to unravel on the tips. And so I think that might attribute to a little bit of the fullness that I'm experiencing, which I don't have a problem with, but I do have a problem when I notice that the lock is unraveling in the middle of the lock. So that freaks me out, and I have seen a few locks like that. And when I see a lock like that, I go ahead and I repair the lock by doing an interlocking in that section where the twist has come apart. So to prevent that from happening in the future, like I said, I will go ahead and revert back to the braiding method when I wash my hair to, prevent the slippage. The next thing I'm noticing is that I'm having to repair a lot of my locks in the back. No, I think it's because like the locks in the back are just generally bigger. So I'm experiencing some different issues with the back locks. Like they're bunching up a little more than the other ones. Like this one, I feel some bunching, and I don't know if that's normal or not. Like I don't know if I should try to repair them or not. All right, so let's talk about my grid. A lot of people are asking, like, did you pay a lot of attention to your grid when you first started your journey? Do talk about my grid. When I am giving you guys updates, I tell you guys that, this is what my grid is looking like, but I never really go into detail as to like what my grid pattern is and what did I do to get my grid. So that might be a whole nother story, but I do want to just briefly share with you guys what I did. I just made the decision that I was going to lock, and I looked up a couple videos, and I researched the different ways that you can start locks. Like I knew that you can lock with interlocking, I knew that you can lock with twists and braids and palm rolling. And so the reason why I chose twists was because I honestly did not want to take all of the time to interlock each lock. I have had surgery on my shoulder, and I know that having my shoulder up for that many hours and that many days just not be beneficial to the health of my shoulder. So, and because of that, I was just like, you know what? Let me just start on the bottom row. Let me just part a row on the bottom, and I just started twisting, and then I parted another row. And so I literally just went by rows, and I locked my hair by rows. So I did not section off my hair into like the little sections, like the calculated sections. I did not do that, but I also took into consideration the fact that I have alopecia, and there were certain areas, like when I started my locks, where there was no hair there to part. So I was just like, I'm just gonna wing it and kind of go in rows. So there were a lot of things that went into my determination of whether I was going to have like a specific grid or not. I do make sure that I have my hair sectioned off so that I can know which locks I have interlocked and which locks I haven't. And if you don't follow my Instagram, go ahead and follow that. I will put the link down below in the description, and I will also put it down here so that you guys can follow my Instagram page, because it shows you guys like all of the things that I'm doing in between my updates, where you can kind of see what I'm talking about in my videos. So that is the next change, and I will show you like my grid. Like I said, it's just in rows. No specific pattern. And that's why you will notice like in certain areas, it's like the rows are just going in a different direction, like here. But yeah, so I love my parts. Like my parts are great, but they're just not in a specific grid pattern. So the next thing that I've noticed is the amount of locks that are actually locked at this point. So I would say that like basically all of the locks in the back are pretty much locked, okay? Most of them are pretty much locked, as you can see right here. And this is kind of what I was talking about. Like, there's a lot of bunching going on back here, and I will be repairing these locks. Okay, another change that I have is that, like I said, I have alopecia, so this change is due to the fact that I have alopecia, and I think I was noticing that some of my locks were just really thin, and I didn't want to run the risk of losing them. So, and for instance, these two locks are actually one lock now, and I'm gonna show you guys that. So from the root, can you see that? From the root, it's one, but it breaks off into two. So if I ever combine any of my locks, I do it that way so that I still have two locks, but it just combines into one. So at this point, I'm going to do a 360 for you all, and just give you guys a close-up of what my locks are looking like.
I don't know what to say, babe. We on the wrong page, but you don't wanna leave. Now I'm feeling useless. You're getting ruthless. The things you say.
Okay, so the last thing I wanted to share with you guys that I almost forgot is my alopecia update. So each month I kind of share with you guys like what my alopecia is looking like, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys that now. So here is, I will start calling this the alopecia zone. So as you can see, the hair is pretty much filled in, and it was filled in the last update, but it is still filled in, it's still growing. And the locks that I've started are flourishing. So here's a starter lock. Here's a starter lock. Here's another starter lock. Here's another starter lock. Here's another. And yeah, so my alopecia zone, I will honestly say, is flourishing. And I'm just waiting on this hair to get a little longer so that I can start baby locks in this area. So once that area is completely filled in, my alopecia spot will be no more. So I will not have any more alopecia. And if you have any questions, please put them in the comments below so that if you would like for me to feature you in my next video, my Q&A, then you guys will be featured if you have a question that has not been answered yet. So I know the state of our world is in disarray, and there's a lot of chaos and a lot of sadness, a lot of sickness. And if you are just wondering, you don't really know like what's going on, if you are losing hope, just know that if I don't know what your belief system is, I don't know what your faith base is, but just know that the Lord, the higher power, God, He is going to always be in control. Okay, even when we feel like the systems of our world is losing control and they don't even know what's going on, it's because of course they don't know what's going on, but God is always in control. So I just want to leave you with that message that God is always in control, and look to Him because He has the answers. And it may be weird for some of you guys to be like, look to God, but I promise, if you sit still long enough and you pray and you listen to God's voice, He will direct you. He's got you. He will cover you. He will take care of you. So I love y'all. And until next time,